First of all, great basketball game. I thought it was a very, very high-level game. You got to give Temple great credit to hit that shot. Josh Brown's only shot of the game, or only made shot of the game, and off the glass. So you got to give them credit. They hit a big shot at the end. That's kind of the way the season's gone with us this year. How many late shot clock plays, late plays, banked off free throw off the glass, late shot clock, banker, one of those plays. That's just kind of how the year's been. We had a couple of those go against us. But due to law of averages, it will eventually work in our favor. But really high-level game. So proud of our young men. Thought they battled, they competed, they executed the game plan. We held them to 33% from the field, 21 from three, plus 9 on the glass. We just had a couple, probably a little too many turnovers, and we had some open threes in the corner there. Just didn't stick. A couple of our guys, with Trayshawn, Avery, and Keedron, combined for 1 for 11 from 3. You make 2 of those, it's a different ball game. So, but you got to give Temple unbelievable credit, and obviously Fran Dunphy, who's going to be, soon to be 500 wins, one of the great coaches in the game. And so full credit to Temple. Our crowd was great. Our crowd helped us put us in a position to win the game, and they did their part. And regarding Austin Nichols, right now he hasn't had an MRI. He will get an MRI. It is an ankle sprain that he'll probably be out for 2 weeks. We assume he's going to miss the next 4 games. And obviously, Nick King got injured in the first half. He sprained his ankle and it hurt his groin. He and the trainer said did not put him back in the half. Second half, he did say he could give me a minute. I put him in, but he was really tender. So we'll see if he'll be able to go next week or not too. So he might be out next week as well. That will be to be determined. But otherwise than that, just proud of our guys. 23 rebounds for Shaq. Very proud of Shaq there, and great basketball game.
Josh, how did the last play sort of unfold in your eyes after Keedron hit the shot? How did you sort of see it play out?
Well, I knew once it left his hands, it went in. And I just think it's one of those things where, we practice a lot of time and score situations, late game stuff, but it's hard to, like versus Tulane, we executed after Austin scored. We executed perfectly to get back in transition defense. We also had a timeout to set the play up, and that's what we talked about. After we score, and I always tell the guys, it's the second shot that beats you. And we were able to, get back in defense. I had no more timeouts the last 2 minutes, but during that huddle, when they were looking at the clock, I told our guys that this is what we're going to run if it's a tie game, on if they miss the shot, make the shot, 1 point lead, 2 point lead, here's what we're running. And then after we score, we've got to get back. And I just think the excitement of once we made it, the crowd going wild, I thought we did a good job of stopping Will Cummings, stopping the ball. You got to give the kid credit. He threw it to Josh Brown, who hit a shot. I mean, it just happens. He hit a tough shot off the glass. And, I haven't been able to review the tape. Obviously, we had a little breakdown there in the transition, but those things, we practice time and score, but obviously those things it's just kind of a free-flowing, random, that's where it's just, sometimes those are hard to guard because it's just kind of wild.
So along those lines, it's easier said than done with just telling guys you got to get back after the game.
Well, here's the thing. You're back, you score, but we were also crashing the glass because in case he missed it, you got to try to tip. So they score, and what they did is they did a great job. We're on the glass. Our bigs are up on the glass. I told our guys there's no need to, we got it. We were sending the guys to the glass with the one guy getting back because, if we missed a shot, we got to try to, keep it alive. And then we made it, and we were sprinting. Temple got the ball in extremely quick, and we were going. They just, made a good play, and the kid hit a good shot. It's different if you're tied. If you're tied, you can play for the last shot, But I wanted to. We ran a play and we executed the play, and there was probably a little too much time on, but we executed the play and the guys were on the glass and we were right there in case he missed it. It's just Temple deserves credit. They had a good shot. There's no way to dissect it other than it was a good play for both Memphis, and then Temple made a good play on their end.
With the big lead and then dwindling down to obviously the end of the game, the close finish, how much of what happened do you attribute, if any, to just youth and inexperienced guys that haven't really done that before?
Well, not having Austin the last 6 minutes makes a big difference for us. And let me just tell you this: when you lose Austin, and our guys know he's our best player, he's our anchor of our team. Our guys love Austin, love him, and you see them hustling. I mean, they were carrying him halfway down the hallway, when he got hurt. I mean, that was a gut punch in the gut to our guys when he went down, because it didn't look good when he went down, and he was in pain. And they love Austin Nichols, and so I was proud of our guys to rally, to not, to be discouraged, to just to rally, and to make sure that we found a way to put ourselves in position to win the game. But youth and inexperience, look, Temple's, we're way more of a veteran team than we are. They've got more experience, but they're a very good team. So things are going to happen. It's a game of runs. We start out well. We just had a couple turnovers probably. We had 15 turnovers, and 3 by Avery, 3 by Kedron, 3 by Shaq. That ends up hurting you. But we also had some open threes, wide open, and we just didn't stick.
Some of the guys said they thought that you took not you personally, but the players took their foot off the gas there when you guys were up 16 in the first half. I mean, is that what you saw, or what changed to let Temple get back in the game?
Yeah, well, I just think it's basketball. I mean, it's Temple. We're not playing, a high school team. We're not playing a team that you can just, they're a good team. They got good players. I mean, they're going to make some runs. And, I mean, defensively, you look at us defensively, we held them to 33% from the field and 21% from three. So we did our job defensively. The biggest thing is they got to the free throw line. They were 15 of 20 in the first half from the free throw line. They scored 15 of their 28 points in the first half off the free throw line. So that's probably more for, the officials calling some fouls and then them getting onto the to the free throw line more than our actual half court defense. So, and then the kid Jesse Morgan hit 6 free throws. He was 10 for 10 in the first half on the free throw line, and Jesse Morgan was fouled twice. Us guarding the 3-pointer when he was shooting a 3. So, I don't know much. It's just by natural tendency, some little things, but I got no issues with how our guys played for 40 minutes. I was really proud of our young men. Temple's a good team.
Shaq was a monster on the glass. Just kind of discuss maybe what you saw from him that was different that allowed him to be effective. And then does he need to step up with Austin missing time?
Yeah, no, he's going to have to step up. There's no doubt. And he was really good for us today at 23 boards. I mean, what can you say? So, and he hit 2 big free throws. So I was really proud of Shaq, and he's going to need to really, obviously step up with Austin and possibly Nick out for the time being.
What allows him to get 23 rebounds? Energy?
It was his energy. He was energized tonight, and I thought he was really. I had a couple of people tell me, my staff told me he was really locked in warm-ups, which is important. When he's locked in, he's really good, and I can just sense these last. I thought he had a good energy versus Gonzaga. I thought he played very well against Jacksonville State, and I could just sense him, starting to turn the corner. And so we're going to need him to continue to do that.
Coach, about 6 minutes you had with Austin off the floor. You got a real good chance to see what this team can do without him. Moving ahead with the 2 weeks that he's going to be out, how would you assess right now collectively what this team can do?
Well, we're going to be fine. The issue becomes we play Tuesday, and obviously our entire offense is centered around Austin Nichols. I mean, our defensive scheme is centered around Austin Nichols because, he's our best player. I mean, you want the ball in his hands as much as you can get it to him. So we're going to have to, not that we have to play differently, other guys are going to step up. Guys are going to have to step up. Next guy up's got to step up and get the job done and produce. I remember growing up in Houston, and Keem Olajuwon went down, and everyone thought it was over, and Rockets won like 17 straight games because other guys stepped up. And I know that's the NBA. I'm just using the analogy of sometimes things happen. Your top guy goes down. It forces other guys to really have to gut check time and get the job done.
Josh, their bigs were pretty much neutralized, but when Nichols went out, it seemed like they attacked more because there wasn't the big.
He had 6 blocks. He's 3rd or 4th in the country in shot blocking. I mean, you can funnel everything to him because he's just an amazing shot. And when he went out, they got some other rebounds too. They were able to get to the rim, and where last year, that's the improvement Austin made, where last year teams you couldn't have him on the floor at times. He was so bad defensively. Now our defense is predicated around him because he's such a great shot blocker. But our guys will step up. Other guys will now be forced to step up and get the job done, and I truly believe they will. I mean, we got good players who are going to step up. This is an opportunity for them to really gut check time and get it done. Okay, thanks everybody.